Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Started with the name of Almighty Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. So currently we were dealing with the introduction to medicinal chemistry. In that respect, I did talk to you the pharmacophore, what a pharmacophore is, and how does pharmacophore does play a crucial role. And I did talk to you, this is the receptor, and in it drug is acting in this way, and this is the place where drag the drug into the receptor, and these are the functional groups. Now we are talking about the effect of different functional groups on the biological activity. If this is, say, alcoholic group, this is aldehyde group, this is ketonic group, this is amino group, and so forth, are acting on different ways on the receptor and how they will produce the desired response or the biological activity which we need. That we have to discuss. There is no thumb rule in this respect, but there are certain generalizations which have been made after incorporating the different functional group compound into the body, and they could have such sort of effect that could be shared today. Now in that respect, first of all, generally, what are those functional groups which are being administered into the body? Those are the following are different functional groups which affect biological activity of a compound. Now these are: number one, effect of alkyl group, effect of hydroxyl OH group, effect of acidic group. Among acidic there is carboxylic acid and sulfonic acid. These two acids, and acids are the least toxic in that respect. Now then, number four, effect of amino group, and amino group is very toxic. Similarly, the effect of nitro group. It is toxic, but sometimes it is very necessary to be administered into the drug. That's why it is being administered into the body. Now, number six, effect of halogen group. Then the effect of unsaturated, that is double bond and triple bond, alkene, ine. What are these? These are the various aspects which we will be discussing. Not only these, there is aldehyde group, there is ketonic group, there is ether group, there is ester group, there is amide group, ilmenite group, and methyl group, so and so forth, which are being administered into the body, and they are the functional groups ending. They act in this way, and the biological activity would be there, which you can see in the body in the form of response. Now, when an alkyl group replaces a reactive hydrogen, now this HCN, H is being replaced by R. R may be alkyl, aryl, and so forth. Similarly, this is alcoholic aryl group, benzene group has been attached with it, and this comes to be an ether. And then this is amino group, and one hydrogen has been replaced by methyl group. Similarly, 3 methyl group has been attached, and we could have to see what happened when one hydrogen has been replaced and methyl group has been incorporated, and that methyl group may be in aromatic form as well. So this may be aryl group, benzene. So what happens to the biological activity? Various biological activities of the alkylated compound are often lower than those of the non-alkylated type. Simple alkyl amine are more toxic than ammonia, however, and some aromatic ethers such as resorcinol, dimethyl ether are more toxic than the parent phenol. It may be that their rate of metabolic biological variation is responsible for these differences. And I did talk to you Adami, absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion and toxicity. In this case, the metabolism is playing the crucial role responsible to alter the biological activity. The different physical properties resulting from the introduction of several or higher alkyl group may also contribute to the change in the overall biological potency, and thus higher alkyl ether have a greater lipid solubility than methyl ether, and this may lead to the penetration of the cell membrane. Now I am going to explain it to you. How does this phenomena play a crucial role? The crucial role, and you must know what is the structure of cell membrane. Bilipid layer. This is one lipid, another. So this is one lipid layer, this is another lipid layer, and in between these the drug moves like this and goes on where it is needed. So it says when long ether group has been attacked, those would let it to be entangled in it in this way, and a drug moves like that within the bilipid layer and move it, and it could be able to very effective while we are making a new formulation, and we have to adjust accordingly in it whatsoever is needed. What happens when you attach to it an alkyl group? Simply one example, very simple example is given here. The effect of alkyl group on different compounds may be presented by following example. Effect on benzene. Now this is the benzene molecule. No reaction at all, non-reactive, inert. Introduction of the methyl group on the benzene ring increases the activity of the compound. Now this is the benzene. No effect. When you methylated it, it has been converted into toluene, and toluene is a very reactive compound. When you compare the reactivity of toluene with that of benzene, non-reactive, very reactive compound has been formed. So by incorporating only simplest alkyl group, methyl group, its activity in the body has been elevated and increased. This is the typical example which you can emphasize and you can understand from this point. Incorporation of little compounds with little alkyl like aryl, so forth upon the basic ring, increase, decrease, modulate or nullify the activity of the compound. But there is no thumb rule in this respect in this chemistry. It is only the rule when you administer the compound in the body, and you could be able to see its effect in vivo, what happens in the body, how it is absorbed, how it is distributed, how it is metabolized, how it is excreted out, and what toxic effect it replaces in the body when it has been eliminated from the body. These things are very necessary for the pharmacist to know, and we spend 5 years to let you to know 5 things. A, D, M, E with T, 5 words for 5 years. A, D, M, E and with T. 5 different words are there, and 5 years are being taken to qualify this degree. For that matter, how important your entity is, you can't imagine. I can understand. And I can understand in a way that you are looking me as a twinkling star in the sky, and you are on a very, very meager amount in the global village, and you have to attain, you have to get, you have to take lucrative salary after qualifying Form D from here and disseminating into the global village, such as in America, Canada, China, Japan, where the finished good has been formed. I am producing a raw material, and raw material will be converted into finished goods in developed countries. So this is my will and wish, so that you should be able to qualify in a very good way, and you could present yourself professionally competent and legally qualified pharmacist. But if more alkyl groups are substituted, the activity of the compound reduces. For example, in the case of xylene, now if you add here methyl group, here methyl group, here methyl group, what happens? Now you can see this is toluene. You are adding more methyl group on. You have added methyl group in ortho position. You have ordered the methyl group on meta position. You have incorporated the methyl group on the para position. And what will happen? This is oxytoluene, orthotoluene, and this is metatoluene. This is paratoluene. All these are less toxic than this one. So not necessarily general rule and law. When to the benzene you have incorporated only one, a single methyl group, it has become inactive to an active compound, and accordingly if there would be a thumb rule that if you keep on adding more CH3 group it would be reactive more, but no, not like that. When you incorporate it into another CH3 group, activity decreases. Another CH3 group on the other place also have been changed, and still another CH3 group, the same one, but on the another position of the benzene ring. With the altering the position and with incorporating the more methyl group, activity do not increase. If there would have been a general rule and law, necessarily it should be increased. But no, there is no thumb rule and law in the structure-activity relationship. Unless and until you administer the compound after synthesizing it into the body, and you could be able to get the data regarding absorption, distribution, metabolism, accretion and toxicity, then you can let us know whether the activity increased, decreased, modulated, another way around, it is nullified as well. This is the dream of it, SAR, which is important for us. Now, the next task in this respect is, now, effect of catechol, resorcinol and hydroxyquinone. Now this is catechol or catechol. This is resorcinol, and you could be able to see that when to this hydroxyquinone. Now these are the three different structures with the changing in the position of functional group, activity alters. Now you can say this is on the ortho position, this is called as catechol. This has got the OH group in meta position, this is called as a resorcinol. Do you know where this has been used in the medicine previously, but nowadays it is not being used? Acne vulgaris की प्रिपरेशन एक आती थी मार्केट में जिसमें ये यूज किया जाता था, और डिलीट इसलिए हुआ कि स्कार छोड़ जाती थी उसके ऊपर. दैट इज व्हाई दिस कंपाउंड इज नॉट बीइंग यूज्ड नाउअडेज. नाउ देन two first OH group here, second here, and third you have attached on the para position, and it is hydroxyquinone has been formed. Now what happens when to it you are incorporating methoxy group? Here is methoxy group and ortho position, here is methoxy group. So it will become dimethyl ether, catechol dimethyl ether, resorcinol dimethyl ether, hydroxyquinone dimethyl ether. Now what happened? And it's more toxicity keep on increasing. This is less toxic, more toxic, less toxic, more toxic, less toxic, and more toxic. This is not the general rule law, but looking into it, when you incorporate after synthesizing this into the body in vivo, you cannot define anything about it, whether activity has increased, decreased, modulated, or nullified at all. So these are the laws, rules, and regulations governing SAR structure activity relationship, which we are currently discussing. effect on sedative and hypnotic of sulfonol. Sulfonol. Now this is this compound, basic compound. This has got CH3 group here, CH3 group here, C2H5, C2H5, and this is sulf SO2, SO2. Now this has got what sort of property? You can see anti-conversion action is there. And now structure 1 and structure 2 has got the only difference, that is C2H5 group in here is here, and in this place this has been placed here. The number of the C2H5 and C3 group is the same, but the position has been changed. Activity would be the same, but on the other hand, when you could see CH3 group, CH3 group, all CH3 group are there is no C2H5 group in it, no activity at all, no activity at all. Inactive compound, activity has been abolished, goes off, dies off, decays off, and entirely non-active compound is there. But when you change into it, all C2H5, 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 C2H5 group has been added into it, more active compound has been constituted, synthesized. So from this we could be able to know the activity in this compound is due to C2H5 group, which is present in it. Now has hypnotic and anti-conversion activity. This has got hypnotic and anti-conversion activity. We change the position of alkyl group in structure 2, 3 and 4. The structure 1 and 2 have the same activity, same number of both groups. C2H5, 2C2H5, 2C2H5, 2CH3, 2CH3 group, 2SO2, SO2, SO2, SO2. Activity is the same potency of hypnotic as well as same potency of anti-conversion effect of these two. Now, the structure 1 and 2 have same activity. The no of alkyl group are changed, same number of alkyl groups are the same structure. Number 3 shows no activity, no hypnotic activity, dies to the absence of C2H5 group. The hypnotic activity has been abolished when the C2H5 group is not there. It means the activity is due to C2H5 group. Hence, structure 4 is more active than original compound, so activity is due to C2H5 group. Now you can understand from it. Now the next aspect is the effect on antipyrine. This is an antipyrine molecule. You emit from here 2 CH3 group. This is pro-antipyrine, non-analgesic compound, and this is analgesic. This is pro-PRO, pro-antipyrine, not pro-antipyrine, non-analgesic, and this is analgesic. And that is why antipyretic activity has been there. Analgesic. CH3 group is removed. Dimethylation from it will become pro-antipyrine when this CH3 group has been eliminated from it and hydrogen has been incorporated. Its analgesic activity has been abolished, and when you again incorporate CH3 here, from pro-antipyrine it is converted into antipyrine. That means it has got analgesic activity in it, which is non-analgesic, in which you remove CH3. Alkyl group, not functional groups, however, they play an important role in the binding interaction of a drug with target. Now you can understand, if in the case of antipyrine, if there is a hydroxyl H and H. It cannot interact with the receptor site. No sooner you tag with this molecule CH3 and CH3 group, this is very good area where it can interact, and this is also a very good area where it can interact, and it produces therapeutic efficacy in the target area, that is on the receptor, which is protein in nature. So that is why by changing certain places, certain areas, target site has been hit, and the target site has been according to the functional group which is attacked. Now the hydrogen cannot interact here on the target site right in a way that the drug should produce its response. But on the other hand, when you attach with methyl, very good receptor target activity would be there, and the response would be there in which is the domain of your pharmacist. How you can say the little change would affect the receptor where drug has to interact, and this is the domain. By changing various functional group, activity has been altered in a different way. That is, it can be increases, it can be decreases, it can be modulated, it can be nullified at all. This is your domain wherein you should have to accept yourself to formulating new different drugs for the global village. Alkyl chains are hydrophobic region in the binding site through van der Waals interaction. Now you can see alkyl chain are hydrophobic. Hydro mean pani, phobic mean hate, don't love water. So they cannot place in the water in a way as it should be to act upon the target site. So the different physical properties resulting from the interaction of several or higher alkyl group may also attribute to the change in overall biological potency. Thus, higher alkyl ether have a greater lipid solubility than methyl ether, and this may lead to the increased penetration of the cell membrane. Now you can see if it cannot cross bilipid layer very easily, but you when incorporate into it longer alkyl chain, it can entangle with this in this way, this chain, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and it can penetrate through the bilipid layer membrane. Am I clear? Could you be able to understand this point or not? This is the crucial point to be understood. I'm trying my level best if you could be. Now, you can see here this is bilipid layer and CH3O, CH3, CH3O, CH3. Very difficult task to move along it. It will keep on stopping at these places. It will be entangled with it and it will stop it and it will not be able to cross the cell membrane. Whereas on the other hand, if at this place you could have longer chain, like this. It can move in this way, 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 and could be easily cross the bilipid layer, and it will affect upon the A, that means absorption. It will affect upon the D, distribution. It will definitely affect upon the metabolism. It will definitely affect upon excretion, and definitely it could have a typical effect upon toxicity. And your domain is to manufacture, synthesize, prepare a medicine which is more effective, least toxic, more effective, least toxic, so that it should produce its effect in the body and easily be eliminated from it without producing any toxic effect. But it is very difficult task. It cannot be done. And we should have to try our level best to have a more absorbable, distributable, metabolizable, excretable with least toxicity. And sum up effect, this could be therapeutic efficacy. And this would deal with the toxicity. More therapeutic efficacious, least toxic drug should be prepared by you and should be administered into the global village to serve the humanity. I can assess and I can assure that you are the sole entity on the global village who has to act as a Masiha. अगर आप नहीं तो कोई दुनिया की ताकत कुछ नहीं कर सकती, मेडिसिन नहीं तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता. My dear son and daughter, take pity upon yourself and learn in a way that you should be on the global village, but you should be on the top of the global village. दुनिया का हर बंदा मांगे कि 2 मई अख्तर सईद कॉलेज ऑफ फार्मास्यूटिकल साइंसेज का फार्मासिस्ट, which is more vulnerable, more effective, more versatile in his area, that is production and quality control, and then effect on the body. Thank you very much, my son and daughters. Here is, I am going to stop my lecture, and again I am going to repeat my mobile number 0300416375. पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे नवाब, खेलोगे कूदोगे होगे खराब, तुंदी बाद मुखालफ से न घबरा ए उकाब, ये तो चलती है तुझे ऊंचा उड़ाने के लिए. अल्लाह हाफिज़, यमान, अस्सलाम वालेकुम.